Sally Sue's Great Underwater Adventure by Alexis. Once there was a girl named Sally Sue, and she was born in 1982 in Egypt. Sally Sue was no ordinary gal. She had weird powers. The first power was she could make air bubbles underwater to keep her from suffocating. The second power was she was as fast as lightning. And her parents had left her to explore the Nile. She was basically raised by fish, but not just any fish. She was raised by the cody fish. The cody fish were the most rare kind of fish. They even changed colors. Sally Sue loved the water, and she had lots of fish friends too. Sally Sue could stay underwater for 1 hour. One day, when she was swimming in the Nile, she spotted two people. One was a man, and the other was a woman. Sally Sue thought maybe those could be my parents. She couldn't wait. She stormed over to a house of a fish named Lolo. Lolo was the biggest fish there was to be spotted. She was 10,000 feet long. When she got there, she knocked on the door 3 times, and Lolo's mom came and said, "I'll get Lolo for you," as if she already knew Sally Sue was coming for her. When Lolo came to the door, she said, "Hi, what's going on?" Sally Sue said, "No time, gotta get going." So they dashed to the surface. When they got there, Sally Sue said, "Look, I think those are my parents." Lolo said, "No way, that would be cool, but I think they moved." She said in a sad voice, "I'm sorry, Sally," Lolo said. Sally Sue was a strong kind of girl, but when it came to her parents, she wasn't the strongest gal. All she said was, "Well, we have nothing to lose by getting a closer look." So they went underwater, but their eyes were just above the surface of the water. They swam closer and closer to what they thought were her parents. But when they got almost 15 feet away, they dropped 10 million feet down a hole. When they were halfway down it, it opened up into an underwater palace. But when Lolo thought, "Oh my gosh, we are in some palace that was on land and sunk down here, and it's been down here for the past 10 million years. After a while, they started searching around, and they found an empty little seaweed hut that was sealed shut so that no water can get in it. They saw a little green hut, so Lolo said, "Let's knock to see if anyone is in there." And out of nowhere, bam, Sally Sue's mom popped out. Sally Sue was speechless. All she could do was faint. I know what you're probably thinking. How could you faint underwater? But she did it. When the mom came out, she said, "Sally Sue, is that you?" Quickly, she said, John, come quick, it's our daughter." He said, "Helen, that's impossible." No, I'm sure it's her. I know what my daughter looks like." So he rushed out, because when a mom is sure, she is always right. Then he said, "Holy, that's our daughter, Sally Sue." She said, "Yep." After they picked Sally up, Helen just noticed that she was eating shrimp with a cody fish. She jumped up and said, "It's a cody fish. I can't believe it. Our daughter is friends with the cody fish. I guess she is our daughter." Then her and her parents hugged. Sally Sue said, "What? I'm pretty sure I've always been your daughter, right?" Her dad said, "Well, we had you, but there was a mix-up in the hospital, so we thought you were someone else's. So that's why we gave you to a family, but I guess you found your way to the cody fish. I'm so proud of you," she said like she couldn't wait to blurt that out. While Mom was talking to Lolo, Sally Sue was just looking around to see how they lived. Then it hit Sally. All this stuff looked old. So she asked, "How long have you guys been living down here?" Her mom said, "Maybe 15 or 10. Then Sally Sue growled, "15 what? Years, months, days?" Then her dad said, 10 years. She said, "What? Why? How? When?" Dad said, "Because we got fired from our job. So we thought we could prove them wrong and discover the cody fish, and the best way to do that was to live underwater." Sally Sue said, "You guys are crazy." I said, "I have a plan. You guys are like really creative, right? We can build some contraption and bounce right back up to the surface." So they worked for 6 hours, and they finished. But when they did finish, a shark came crashing after them. But Sally Sue was the fastest out of all of them, so she ran and led the shark straight into a rock. When they got back up to the surface, Sally's mom marched straight into her boss's office and showed him the photos. When he saw them, he said, "Wow, you got the photos. I'll call the news and you'll be famous. And when you get your job back, you'll get a raise." And after that they became great discoverers, and of course rich and famous, and they lived happily ever after. The end.